Hey folks, well, this is a kind of unstructured video about several things I've been thinking recently. First off, I received a lot of PMs from folks in their teens and early 20s that are interested in science. And I should tell you that I've been interested in science all my life. I wasn't encouraged to go into science, instead into architecture and art, but I was sort of genetically predestined to. My uncle is a theoretical physicist, my father is an architect, and my mom, she was very artistically more into music and stuff like that. But I was playing with water at an early age, and my mom would criticize me, "What the hell are you doing playing with water?" And I'd be there under the sink, and I would put my finger under a very thin stream of water and observe the fact that there was something called surface tension, which I discovered. Of course, someone had figured that out a long time before I did. I also discovered standing waves. By moving my finger up and down, I could change the number of waves of water. The water would kind of ripple, and I know this is actually not really a joke, but it is a joke. It would ripple like this, and essentially I thought this was really amazing. I was doing experiments. I hadn't read about experiments or anything, but it seemed logical to do that. And that's the kind of kid I was. I also had fun and did a lot of stupid stuff and climbed trees, but I liked playing with water and doing other things like that. Anyway, so I guess this is to encourage folks to think about science and also how ideas that you learn in one area connect to another. Particularly the area that I'm looking at today is the idea of consciousness and looping. So here are some of the things that are connected in an interesting way. What got me interested in making this video is an article in Time magazine. This is July 2nd, and this is by Michael Kinsey, right over here, and it's entitled "Credit for Bad Behavior: If Buying Offsets Can Excuse Excess Carbon Use, Why Not Other Irresponsible Acts?" And I'm not going to go into a lot of detail. I'm just going to suggest that you can get all this stuff in the library. This is July 2nd, 2007. He's making the argument that carbon credits, where someone is going to pollute and then they're going to pay some money for people to plant trees, is dumb, because the analogy is you wouldn't do the same thing for child molesting. In other words, you let somebody molest a child and then just pay some money to prevent, let's say, two other children or more from being molested. And it seems like that's a reprehensible idea, and so you can transfer this idea over to the concept of carbon credits and say that is reprehensible too. But they're not the same. And I'm going to explain it in a very cursory way. The difference is consciousness. And the way it works is this. Carbon is not conscious, but human beings are. And when human beings are aware that they can be treated in a mathematical way, the quality of their life changes. But it doesn't happen for carbon, and that makes the analogy inappropriate. Now that may not make perfect sense, because I'm not going to explain it anymore. I'm going to explain it in other contexts. But it's a concept where when you have consciousness, you have the awareness of your own identity and actions, and that changes the equation. Interestingly enough, in Scientific American, there is an article. This is Scientific American. I wasn't able to squeeze this into the 10-minute time limit, so if you care, please see part 2.